Now please welcome to the Boulton Center stage, Vanessa Collier.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming out to see us. I appreciate y'all. Yeah. It's our first time here in Bayshore. Man, it's great. It's a nice, beautiful drive full of traffic today. All the way up from Philadelphia. Should have taken 2.5 hours. I think it took us, what, 4.5? 5.5? It was fun. It was fun. But we are so happy to be here. It's so beautiful. So beautiful here. How many of y'all have seen us before? Oh, yeah. That's quite a few of y'all. Yeah, on the boat. I love it. And are there any newbies in the house? Ooh, good. Excellent. All right, well, welcome one and all. My name is Vanessa Collier, and I started playing saxophone in the 4th grade at the age of 9. And I fell in love with it watching this Mary-Kate and Ashley TV show. It was called Two of a Kind. And on one of the episodes, the dad whips out a tenor saxophone, starts playing in the attic, and I fell in love right then and there. And I bugged my mom every single day for like 6 or 8 months until she finally rented me one. And here we are 25 years later, I haven't put it down since. So, yeah. I always have to start off the show thanking my mom. All right, and so I love saxophone. Definitely, I grew up being a very introverted kid, like the quietest kid in the room. And I've chosen a very fun career to be an introvert, but yeah, that's pretty fun. But I love it. And the thing that I fell in love with the saxophone, it was how I learned to speak first. I mean, I always felt everything, but I found trouble finding the words unless I could write it down first. And so saxophone was the way that I expressed my emotion as a 9-year-old. It's the same, today as well. I'm not telling you how old I am. But I love the saxophone because it can scream and growl and howl, but it can be subtle and beautiful as well, and everything in between. And so I try to put it through its paces because saxophone fits into every genre and every song. I'm biased, but that's what I believe. And so we play a little bit of blues and funk and soul, a little New Orleans, a little bit of everything. We might play some rock tunes tonight. Who knows? We're going to get into it. Yeah. But we're going to go in the soul direction with this next song. And this is a song off a record that I put out in 2020. And it's called Heart on the Line is the record. And this next song is a song I wrote for my 3 younger sisters. And at the time, they were about 14, 12, and 8 or 9. And, I watched them go through the same challenges I went through at those ages of just questioning your value and your place and your worth and when to speak up and how and all those things. But they're having to do it with the added challenge of social media in their hands, constantly telling them they're not enough and they're not beautiful. And I think that's absolutely wrong. And so I wanted to write a song to remind my sisters that they are beautiful inside and out and that they have a voice that deserves to be heard regardless of what social media has to say about it. And I wrote this song. It's called What Makes You Beautiful. Hope you guys enjoy it. You look in the mirror and only see your flaws. You hate the gap in your teeth. You hate the way that your I love this. No, you're fine. Don't apologize. I love it. Thank you. No, I love it. It's not church. You're meant to feel something, you know? Yeah, thank you. We're going to do another one off that same record, the same Heart on the Line record, and I was really proud of that one. It's the first one I made start to finish exactly how I heard it in my head. Took, 4 records to do it, I think? But, yeah, this one I set out to be a little bit more storytelling. So I was born outside of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. And so I grew up hearing country music all over, because you turn on the radio in Dallas, Texas, and that's pretty much all you get. And yeah, you sounded offended. It wasn't bad. It was, I was like listening to Willie Nelson kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about? It's not quite the pop country it is today. But anyway, I grew up hearing all those storytelling, all that storytelling, all the songwriting, and I think it's what inspired me to want to be a songwriter today. And so most of what you hear tonight will be written by me, all except for maybe like 1 or 2 songs. So this next one is a fun little story song. It's my favorite Laura Chavez solo on the record. All right. That's right. And this is a story song about a guy that just can't stay out of trouble. And so trouble just keeps chasing him down like a bloodhound. And if I did my job right as a songwriter, you all just might feel the sudden urge to howl at the end of this one. That's right. This one's called Bloodhound, y'all. Little doesn't know they got born. again. Oh, let's do one. Yeah. Then we'll do that. Yeah. I know, I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. So that was a song called Sweating Like a Pig, Singing Like an Angel. Yeah, I wrote that one. My very first big festival gig under my own name was in Greenwood, South Carolina, in the middle of July. I know. I was a Texan. I was like, I'm good. I'm used to 110-degree heat. This will be fine. But that is dry heat. South Carolina is like the armpit of America. I know because I live there now. And it is just hot. It's just hot and humid, with a lot of dangerous spiders and snakes. It's awesome. But I was standing up on stage, about 103 degrees outside, like 90% humidity, playing in this vinyl tent with no airflow whatsoever. And I said, man, I'm up here sweating like a pig, y'all. And this guy all the way in the back with a very thick South Carolina drawl, he goes, yeah, but you're singing like an angel. That's the story of that song. All right. So we're going to do my mom's favorite song that I've written so far. And this one weaves two of my favorite stories together. So I grew up being an introvert and reading a lot. And so I loved To Kill a Mockingbird. I know that tune. Yeah, so I loved Atticus Finch in that story, who stands up for the right thing, even though it's the hardest thing to do. And he stands up alone against the entire town. And so he makes a little cameo in this song. And my other favorite is the Greek myth of Icarus. Oh, good. There were no I'm a Greek mythology buff. Because I totally wrote this based off the Disney version, so it is absolutely lighthearted and meant to be. So I wanted to rewrite the story of Icarus as if he was a 3-year-old, red-headed, curly-headed kid just coloring in a coloring book and dreaming big dreams of flying towards the sun. And so I wrote this song, urging a little Icarus on to chase his dreams, follow his heart, do what he loves, and it's a reminder to all of us to do the same. So hope you all will enjoy Icarus. Little Icarus with his crayons in his hand, coloring in said, I told him the sky burning out. He said, I might be bottomless and let me go. Yes, don't know if I'm smarter than a kid's speech, but I'm sure receptive, wrestle and sound. I never did give up that end. So I said, fly, little whisper. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate it. She's always helpful. So helpful. Yes. I feel very lucky that I get to, do this for a living and do it with not only great musicians but great people. And so I like to celebrate them a little bit. And I'm going to introduce everybody, starting over here to my right with the phenom on guitar. Yeah. That's right. So we've been playing together eight years, I think, something like that, going on 9. And I've made every record since my second record with Laura, and I hope that is a trend we continue. She is one of the best guitar players you will ever hear, and one of my favorite people on this earth. So please make her welcome to 2023 Guitar Player of the Year at the Blues Music Awards. All the way from San Diego, California, Miss Laura Chavez, y'all. right, and I feel like Laura is a great connector, not only of great people in the industry. I have met a lot of great people through her, but also through great food across the entire country. I tell her, I'm like, man, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. Where should I go? She's like, oh, there's this little hole-in-the-wall Mexican spot that has the best empanadas. You gotta go. And we do, and without fail. Like, I just say, okay, lead me on. My stomach will follow. One of the people she has introduced me to is this gentleman on the bass. Yes. I'm just gonna keep looking at him until he turns pink. He's great. Justice is amazing. He sat in with me for the first time on guitar. He learned my entire set because I wasn't sure if this other guitar player was gonna make his flight. And so I know, it was crazy. So he learned it on the fly, learned my entire 90-minute set, came to sat in, just crushed it. And then I found out he played bass, and so I was like, we have to figure out some way to work together. And so he started subbing with me on bass, I think a year and a half ago. And now he's my full-time bass player, holding it down every single night. And what a time going as well. So please make a welcome all the way from San Diego, California, Mr. Justice Guevara on the bass. That is a new one, I like it. And then back here on the drums, we go way back to 2012, something like that. I was touring with Joe Louis Walker at the time. And yes, you can give it up for Joe Louis Walker. He was amazing. Yes, we miss him. Those of you that don't know, we just lost him, I think April 30th. It was very recent. Joe was a powerhouse, and I spent a year and a half on the road with him, and that's how I got my feet wet in the touring industry, and I was like, this is for me. And he introduced me to Byron backstage at one of the shows in Maryland, and I just had a great conversation with him. He's a kind, warm, gentle human being. If you've ever had a conversation with him, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, especially if there's popcorn around. I'm just kidding. No, he's kind-hearted regardless. And so we've stayed in touch, and we've been making music together finally for now 4 years, I think, going on. And there's just nobody like him on the drums and the vocals. So please make him welcome all the way from Syracuse, New York, Mr. Byron Payne Becker on the drums and vocals. All right, so I put out a new record last September, and it's called Do It My Own Way. That last song was the title track off that record. I'm super proud of that one. 8 original songs, all written by me, produced by me, all the distribution is DIY, everything. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And if you pay attention to the Blues Music Awards, I was nominated for another 3 this year, totaling 15 nominations since 2017. It's pretty cool. So this year I was up for Horn Player of the Year, Contemporary Blues Female Artist of the Year, and my album was up for Contemporary Blues Album of the Year. It's pretty awesome. And I won Horn Player of the Year, which is pretty awesome. Always great. Always great. Thank you. And we're going to do one off the new record. It's become one of my favorites to play live. It is another story song, so if you can put yourself in a dark candlelit bar, lined with velvet couches. Oh, you gotta tell me where this exists. Come on. And a stranger approaches and asks you to dance, and so of course you say yes. And after one dance, you realize it's just not enough. So you want one more, and just one more. So this one's called Just One More. 1, 2. he sipped his cigar. He had no way about it as we swayed across the floor. I knew one dance would never be enough. I knew I'd want just one more. I had closed myself off. My heart was on the man. See, I'm the patient. can't stand against my window. Bring back sweet memories. Hey window, do you remember? will come see us again.
That was awesome.
If you would like, I just have to come. All right, so as I said, I do have you probably passed it on the way in, a big mercantile out there. So t-shirts, hats, stickers, pins, CDs, vinyl, Blu-ray. I think that's everything. But please just come and say hello on your way out. The best part of my job is just meeting people from all over and getting to say hi. So come say hi. All right, we're going to do one more, and this is to celebrate a friend of mine and to share his spirit with every audience that we get the chance to play in front of. And this is a song called Bad News Bears. My favorite line is, if you ain't loving, you ain't living, and that ain't the way to be. So please go forward with some kindness. Enjoy Bad News Bears, y'all. See y'all next time. Tell me the bills are overdue. Picked this fancy red pen and said, we got all your IOUs. But just when I thought it could get any weaker, he kept out the zeros and I kept getting weaker. So I said, Mr. Taxman, you might as well sing about them bad news birds. Might as well sing about them bad news birds. song.